Hello, Libra. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension. And today we are going to see what is coming your way for April. Alrighty, so I did just do Aries season readings for all the signs. Aries season is March 21st to April 19th. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Um, but yeah, the energy in that reading for you was like not letting fear stop you from going towards something. And something may require you to, work towards it or like overcome some things, release some things, but it's going to be worth it. But you have to be willing to put in the work. And then like when I was getting ready for your reading just now, I just heard like I don't know if any of you guys have played Zelda before, but Zelda in the game, the main character Link, he has like a little fairy that follows him around, and the fairy's like, "Hey, listen." And I just kept hearing that. So I feel like either you need to listen or you feel like someone needs to listen to you, or maybe you need to listen to yourself, like your intuition, your soul, I don't know, but it's definitely like I feel like there's something you can't ignore anymore, whether it's within yourself or something external. Something's coming full circle here. Something's coming to a head, possibly. All right. But yeah, so let's see what's going on. I mean, we did just have the full moon lunar eclipse in your sign Libra. So, if there's a lot you're going through right now, definitely give yourself a break because that was a big deal, that moon. It was all about releasing. And see, we have uncertainty there. But yeah, it's like all about releasing. And with it being in your sign, there's probably a lot you had to recognize, a lot you had to let go of, a lot maybe within yourself that you had to acknowledge. And for a lot of you, I feel like it had to do with relationships or balance. And then with uncertainty here, I feel like you're just realizing that maybe you've just not gone in the right direction here. I feel like you've been misguided, whether that's by your own self or by others, right? But at the end of the day, you're the one who chooses to follow certain things. And I feel like this is just kind of setting in here for you. Or maybe, we're realizing this and doing something about it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, but let's see what's going on for you, Libra, in the month of April. We're going to do a 10-card spread for Libra. What is coming? What do they need to know for the month of April, please, and thank you. And Libra, just take what feels right for you. Thank you for watching. At the bottom of the deck, we'll have the overall theme, overall energy for the reading. All right, yeah, so we have Valor here. So yeah, it's definitely an energy of, this is like going into the fire, like you are just like taking the heat on something, going full force into something that might be dangerous. It might be hurtful, painful to the ego, but it's like you're ready to hear the truth. You're ready to be honest. You're ready to accept something. Yeah, it's like you're facing something. You're finally facing something. That's what I'm feeling. It's very interesting. Okay, we have priest. Okay, so some of you, this could be like a father figure or like a mentor or somebody like an older brother, possibly. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man, but someone maybe with more masculine, wise energy that you could be dealing with here. But I feel like more so it's like you've learned a lot. You've gained a shift in perspective here. Yeah, it's like you are facing something because you have to, like you're finally seeing something in a different light. Yeah, the sun card. There's a lot of clarity in imagination, action, sorrow. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of clarity coming in about maybe some of the ways you used to behave or some of the things you've done, or there could be clarity about something somebody else has done. Whatever the case may be, I feel like someone's being honest, someone's moving with more wisdom, more clarity, and there's a big shift that's happened here. Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, Libra. We have your present energy. Okay, Taurus had the same energy. What's going on in the subconscious? Alrighty, what's going on mentally? Okay, you are being very honest here. Yeah, emotional desires, influence of the higher self, previously unrealized pattern, how the revolutionary part of yourself moves, how you're complacent, how you rule your kingdom, feminine energy, how you see yourself in the world, masculine energy, your spiritual aspirations, and the root cause. Aha. I see, I see, I see. Okay, so just overall, what I'm getting here, Libra, you're definitely moving with more balance, right? That full moon on March 25th really, whoever I'm reading for, is hitting home for you. Okay, there's a lot of false narratives, a lot of blockages that you're working through, and you're doing so very, very honestly, which is, kind of the whole point of it, right? I feel like you're moving with more balance. You're knowing when to go, when to stop. You're being more intentional about the life you're creating. And you're recognizing certain habits, certain ways of being that maybe kept you held back. This has definitely been this is a big moment for you here, Libra, because a lot of your readings in the past few months have been about you realizing like there's a certain part of you that's just not balanced, that is really a little self-sabotaging. However that manifests, it'll be different for all of you, but it's recognizing this part of you that is self-sabotaging and making room for it with love and light, compassion. And I feel like you're now being really, really honest about all of this. And this is the true shift, the true change that is happening for you after this realization. Okay, we have that solar eclipse coming in April 8th. So I just feel like these realizations allow you to create space for that abundance that can come in with that solar eclipse energy. So let's get into it. I like it. Okay. So, present energy with the Six of Swords change. Yeah, there is anything that was like keeping you held back, blocked, is melting away. Whether it was certain people, your own narratives, beliefs, perspectives, you're releasing all of that. Okay. There's a new version of you that is blossoming, that is rising, that is being birthed here. Okay. And in order for this version of you to come out, there was a lot of things that needed to be melted away. You had to accept responsibility, accountability. You had to, have these boundaries put up. You had to move with this awareness and a deeper understanding and really be honest with yourself about the things that were no longer working for you. There's a lot of honesty that's happening here. And again, with that full moon, lunar eclipse in your sign, I'm not surprised to see that, right? I did a reading on that too, so you could definitely check it out if you want. All right. But what's going on in the subconscious? The Prince of Wands with aspiration. Yeah, it's like you want to move with more intention. Like, I feel like for a lot of you, you guys are impulsive, right? It's not bad to be impulsive. People like entrepreneurs need to be impulsive. People that play sports need to be impulsive, right? If you're working with stocks or something, I feel like sometimes you need to be impulsive with that. Being impulsive is not a bad thing, but using it to your benefit, that's what is needing to happen. And that's what you're learning to do here. You're learning to have this energy work for you, not against you. And there are certain narratives that you told yourself that had you kind of stuck in this cycle. But now you're learning how to work with it. You're letting go of certain things that kept you stuck in a box. You were limiting your own potential, telling yourself a narrative that wasn't helping. right? So now it's teaching you how to use all of these things and, release the blockages that you put on yourself. And it may not have started with you. Maybe there were other people or society or whatever that influenced you, but now you're recognizing that it is up to you to free yourself from this. Okay. And that brings me to what's going on mentally, right? With reason, the Queen of Swords. Okay. Very honest queen here, right? She's not playing around. She doesn't care about people's feelings. She cares about the truth of the situation. You are being honest here. This is a truthful self-analysis. You're not, you're not walking on eggshells with yourself. You're not sugarcoating it anymore. You're being honest about how you held yourself back, how you allowed others to keep you held back, how there were certain narratives you were telling yourself that weren't true, that were hindering you from your highest potential. And you're no longer doing that. But know that this step of honesty is required because you can't you can't enable yourself to stay stuck in a cycle. So you had to be honest, You had to. All right. All right. With the emotional desire being judgment. Okay, hold on. Hold on, girl. We got the nails. Okay. But with judgment here, it's definitely a little bit feeling like, okay, I just want to get through the honesty part. Like, I don't want to necessarily have to be this honest with myself, but know that it is required, right? And it's not that I want you to feel bad about yourself or beat yourself up, but where there's regret, there's growth. You know what I mean? Like, if there were certain behaviors of yourself, yeah, you may not be proud of it and you may want to skip it, but know that wishing you could have done better is good. That means you've grown. That means you've changed. You've evolved. That's what we're here to do, right? So don't judge that version of yourself for doing what you did or going through what you went through. Be grateful that you went through it and it helped you learn. You know what I mean? And with judgment here as well, this is about letting go of those, preconceived notions, looking at something as what it truly is, which for me, everything is love, right? So understand that sometimes in order to get to that perspective, there is, some honesty, some analyzing that has to be done. Because unfortunately, we are just souls at the end of the day, but we're souls living a human experience with ego, with mind, with the senses, right? So there's these things that have to process with it, right? I like it. Okay, so with the influence of the higher self, we have victory. Okay, you got your Six of Wands here. I like this energy. Okay, so do know that even though this may be very uncomfortable, you may want to rush through it. Know that it's leading you to something very important, very significant. And I'm telling you right now, it definitely is. Okay. But not only that, it's helping you with balance. Okay. It's helping you appreciate where you've been and appreciate where you're going, appreciating the present moment, appreciating the growth, understanding that if you hadn't been who you were, you wouldn't be who you are now and who you're going to be, right? This is about, I feel like for a lot of you, not to have so much guilt or shame for the things you've done in the past or the things you've tolerated, but about appreciating, okay? Because I definitely get the sense that there's some people out there who may be trying to rush this process because they don't like maybe the guilt or the shame that comes with becoming a better person and valuing yourself more and ascending. But again, know that through that regret, that means there's growth. Okay. So don't let there be so much shame and guilt in that sense either. All right. Okay, so this next card is how the revolutionary part of yourself moves. This can also be a previously unrealized pattern. Okay, so we have adaptation. Okay, so this can be great, right? Being able to shift, go with the flow, change it up, go with the ebbs and flows, it's great. But this can also be a little too quick to switch it up, right? Because this can be a destructive pattern, right? So how you can see it that way is by always being ready to go, to change, to end something, to walk away when things get uncomfortable. Or when you're expected to change or shift, you'd rather, okay, well, let me just move on because maybe that means it's not the right thing for me. Some of you may have walked away from a challenge of growth and evolution. You know what I mean? And maybe at the time you saw it as like, well, I'm a very adaptable person and I'm going to go with the flow. And maybe this person's trying to like tie me down or change me in some way. And it's like, I don't think they were trying to change you. They were just trying to help you grow and evolve. And I think you see that now. And I think you can see where, just kind of being a runner or a track star was your go to move, you know? But it is an important part of yourself. Like I said, with the impulsivity, it's good to be on the go, to get inspired, to go after it, to be able to evolve and change. But you don't want it to be at a detriment to yourself. You know what I mean? You don't want to be so ready to evolve and change, or not evolve and change, but like you don't want to be so ready to get up and go that you're avoiding some sort of growth. And I feel like for a lot of you, you use like the up and go thing as a way to run away from growth, running away from yourself kind of thing. Ooh, all right, let's keep it going. So, how you rule your kingdom, also how you can be complacent. This is interesting. Okay, this is making me think of I was just watching a TV show and they said about this person, he always uses today as tomorrow's Monday. So it's like tomorrow I'll get it together. Tomorrow I'll do this. Tomorrow I'll start. I feel like for some of you, that was like your energy, your vibe. I feel like with preparation, how you rule your kingdom, how this could be external to you, I feel like you like to help others a lot. I feel like you are very good at giving people guidance, advice, being there for people. But when it comes to you holding yourself accountable and doing things for your own self, you're not as on it. A lot of the times we'll tend to fix other people to avoid fixing ourselves, you know? But yeah, I definitely feel like you're a limbo kind of person. You're like, okay, well, next year, that'll be my New Year's resolution. Okay, when in 5 years, that's when I'll start focusing on that. At the end of the day, if something isn't right for you, don't try to force yourself to make it happen, right? Some of you guys, it could be an energy of like always running because, like I said, you're running from yourself. You could be trying to put yourself in a box that's not meant for you. And I think you guys are breaking out of that with that change here. But some of you, you may try to force yourself to get with a program that was never meant for you. So just acknowledging that and accepting that, you'll be able to free yourself. Others of you, you were avoiding some sort of growth or self work or something. And so you kept kind of like putting it off, running away from the situation. But I see you guys finally sitting with something though, with reason, judgment, victory, change, all of that. Like you're ready to take a deeper look at something. I like it. Okay, so feminine energy, and we all have feminine and masculine energy within us, right? So the feminine energy is more internal, intuitive. For me, it's like the way of being, right? But this can also be how you see yourself in the world. So with creativity, I like it. And I like how like it's the page or the prince, whatever, and he's like molding this cup out of the elements around him. So you guys are definitely figuring out how to use your past experiences to help you build a life that you like rather than something that you don't like, rather than keeping yourself in a box because of like past mistakes or whatever. You're allowing these mistakes to teach you to create a beautiful life for yourself, not made of judgment or shame, but of fun and happiness. Yeah, it's like you guys are finally like taking action or something. Or you're just being more like involved in your life, not letting your past dictate your future or other people's expectations, but you actually deciding, I'm going to mold this kind of life for myself. I'm going to use these past experiences to help me learn and grow so I can become the version of me that makes me the happiest. And that's up to you to decide, not for other people. And I feel like you're really realizing that and honoring that. I like this. All right, Libra. And I definitely feel like this was a hard thing to get to. It was definitely hard for y'all. I feel like you guys really judged yourself a lot, and that's what kept you stuck for so long. Like you just carried so much shame or guilt or so many expectations from others. So it's just like you just didn't expect more from yourself. But now that you've allowed yourself to experiment a little bit with that, you realize, hey, I can do whatever I want. I don't have to let the past hold me back. I like it. Okay, so the masculine energy, that's to me about taking action, doing external energy. This could also be your spiritual aspirations. So, yeah, with energy, Ace of Swords, I feel like you're ready to move forward with a lighter energy. It's like you don't want to wear the scarlet letter anymore. You don't want to run away from your past anymore. You don't want to hide what you actually desire in life. You want to actually go towards it with authenticity, with truth. I like it. You're just like cutting through any blockages, any barriers, and you're not letting yourself be held back anymore. And I think that's amazing. I feel like it's finally fully accepting all parts of yourself and releasing yourself from judgment. I like it. Alrighty, so last card here, root cause, pattern, the beginning, the ending. Why is this happening? We have conflict here. So yeah, like I was saying, there was a big part of you guys that you just let other people, I feel, your ego, societal expectations, tell you if you were a good person or not, tell you how you should operate your life, you know? And I feel like, nowadays people get to do whatever they want, you know? We're a lot more accepting as a society, you know? Back in the day, it was like everyone was expected to get married, have kids, white picket fence, go to college, have this kind of job, corporate, whatever. And now it's a lot more free than it used to be. And I feel like in that, you're realizing, I don't have to follow this like cookie cutter way of being. I don't have to follow anyone else's rules. And I don't have to judge myself for what I want to do. And I don't have to judge myself for my past. Those things were here to teach me what I liked, what I didn't like. You're finally like letting that part of it sink in. Not the regret, not the, oh, I wish I could be this, but now it's like the acceptance of it all. I like it. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Let's get one more card for you, Libra, and that'll be that. If this is resonating, let me know with a like, a comment, definitely subscribe. All of that stuff helps the channel grow, helps the video circulate, makes me smile. So thank you. All right, Libra, we're going to get a crystal message, so you guys could get this crystal if you wanted. And definitely check out that Aries season reading. I feel like this could help out a lot. All right, let's see. Ooh, I like that. So this is sodalite. I have a sodalite ring on right now. It's this one. I love this ring. To me, it's a very masculine energy ring. It's the only one I have that's gold too. The other ones are silver. My nose is itchy. Your guys' nose itchy? Okay, let's talk about it though. All right, so we have sodalite, come to calm. I like this little butterfly. Some of you guys might like stacking stones or like mindfulness activities like that, like coloring or a Zen garden. Okay, when your nervous system relaxes, your mind can suddenly see patterns that were previously obscured. Intuition and intellect, collective consciousness, and individual observations come into balance. You gain perspective and can lean into your own wisdom. In this quiet inner place, you begin to trust yourself and feel steady in the world. For all this to happen, Sodalite murmurs, you need to come to calm. You need to soften every bit of you, all the way down to the minute motions of the dendrites of your nerve cells. Take a deep breath blow out the stress, the questions, the agitation. Come actively to calm. You know what? I have been doing a lot of like nervous system resets throughout the day because, especially like someone like me who's been through like, not the most stable environments, you can naturally just be tense without even recognizing it. So, there are certain things you can do. Like what I do a lot is I will notice like 5 things I can see, 4 things I can feel, and that usually is what helps me the most. You can do a few things you can hear, taste, feel. I already said that, but yeah. Another thing I like to do is to count to 10 really slowly. So, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. And I make sure I go 1 to 10, not 10 to 1. I don't know why. I feel like that's different. Um, and then another thing I do, what's the other thing? Oh, breathing. I will make sure I like breathe in and I'm filling my belly first and then my chest, then my shoulders, and then breathe out the opposite way and just really sit with my breath. Also, being more mindful when you eat, like not eating and being like on your phone or like watching TV while you eat, but really like especially for breakfast, allowing yourself to sit and eat and just be present. Okay. And by the way, I eat breakfast at like 2 p.m. So I'm not saying like I'm an early bird and like that. Like I don't eat during the day for real. Just throwing that out there for some people that are like, I don't eat breakfast. Okay, so the first meal of the day, that's your breakfast. That's what I mean. Okay. Anyways, though, that's all I have for you today, Libra. Thank you for watching. If this resonated, let me know with a like, a comment, definitely subscribe. If you'd like a personal reading or would like a personal soul alchemy ceremony or any other spiritual service or online class, I have so much going on my website. Check it out. It's linked down below. I also have a newsletter. I highly suggest you sign up for that. I just send it out every couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks, and it's just like spiritual insight, revelations I've gained. So that's a little vibe there. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Have a great day, Libra. I will see y'all next time. Bye bye.